What is up, Broncos country? It is a week away before free agency. We got rumors to talk about and me to analyze, so let's get into it. As I have long suspected, that the tight end position that the Broncos are really trying to improve isn't necessarily Evan Ingram's spot, but Adam Troutman's spot. Which is why that the name that's come up per Zach Stevens actually makes a ton of sense. Speaking of Zach Stevens, I want to point out that DNVR, while my feelings are mixed about it, is a reliable source, and Zach Stevens does great work over there. However, there is some other joker in the space who's saying something about compensation for David Montgomery. I just want to tell you right now, if he doesn't give a source, then he's guessing or he's lying. Now back to the real news. So per Zach Stevens, one of the tight ends that the Broncos could be interested in is Cade Otton from Tampa Bay. So while yes, I know that Otton is not the big name that a Dallas Goedert would be or a Kyle Pitts would be, who did get franchised, he is a bigger upgrade over Adam Troutman. And if you look at his numbers from last year, almost 60 balls caught, almost 600 yards, only one touchdown, it is a big upgrade over Adam Troutman, who is also a capable blocker. And I'm talking about Otton, not Troutman. Moving along to Breece Hall. Yes, Breece Hall is a home run threat. Yes, Breece Hall is a very good back. Breece Hall is not going anywhere. From all reporting that's come out, Breece Hall is going to get tagged by the Jets. They're going to try to work out something for him. Whether he's happy there or not, I can't imagine anybody's really happy to be with the Jets. But at the same time, he is not going anywhere. And even if he was, it will take a pretty penny to get him to Denver. And while Denver does have a little bit of money to spend, I want to say again, if you're going to have a running back by committee and you're really only looking for a first and second down back, you don't want to spend premium money and throw away those resources at that position. Go into the draft, get your big back there, and let RJ Harvey develop for next season, who has actually shown that he is capable of being that all-purpose back that Sean Payton typically likes in his offense. Now moving along to some of our own free agents. Now, I am on the record as saying that re-signing Alex Singleton for anything more than he was worth last season, I think would be a big mistake. Yes, I know he's Mr. Intangible. Yes, I know he's a great leader. And yes, he is a thumper in the run game. However, he can be a liability in the pass game, and he's likely to commit more money and more years on this next deal. And for a guy who's going to be 32, who's been a little nicked up, I don't know that makes a whole lot of financial sense. But again, me and George, and I call him George, are going to be at odds at this because it looks like he is going to try to re-sign Singleton in the offseason. And let's wrap everything up with news on John Franklin Myers. Now, when everybody was getting locked up during the season last year, there was a name that was not mentioned, and that was JFM. Again, while Denver does have a little bit of money to play with, the amount of money that it's going to take to keep JFM in Denver is going to be a lot of money. And something that I want everybody to consider is you're paying Jonathan Cooper, you're paying Nick Bonito, you're paying Zach Allen, and you're paying Malcolm Roach. At some point, you can't just keep pouring money into the same spot. They drafted Savion Jones last year, and they can go into the draft with 9 picks and ID an athletic defensive lineman to provide more depth for next season. In the salary cap era, it's impossible to keep everybody. And when you have a defensive lineman like JFM that can rush the passer and defend the run, those guys get paid in free agency, and they are as rare as hen's teeth. So the fact that you already got one kind of makes me think that Denver is priced out of keeping him. There's also been a little bit of chatter about 2 guys who are currently on the roster who may be available for trades. Those 2 guys that I'm talking about are Jarrett Stidham and Ben Powers. As far as Powers goes, I do think that he played well up into his injury, and then when he came back after that, he was terrible. I thought that you saw more pressures coming on his side of the line. He is also playing on the side of McGlinchey, who is also not a great pass protector. And I do feel like combine his injury history and combine his age, it would make him a trade target or even just a flat release. As far as Stiddy goes, I'm going to be on the record as saying I would like him to stay in Denver for a couple of reasons. One, you want a capable guy back there, not just a rookie, not just a veteran, but a guy with a little bit of upside that can give you a little bit in the moment. And we saw that last year when Bo went down. I mean, it's one thing to be able to throw like a Sam Ellinger out there. It's another thing to have a capable guy like Stidham. And I don't know that you necessarily want to just let go of that piece because he makes a little bit of money. And second of all, yes, he is making a lot of money as a backup, but again, he is a valuable commodity because it's like insurance, and you don't know that you miss it when you don't have it. So let's say something happens to Bo, God forbid, next season, and you don't have a capable guy like Stidham, that makes things very dicey. So for me, I would like him to stay. I know most of my videos are only about 3 minutes long, but there was a ton to cover today, and I'll be putting this on my YouTube channel for anybody to consume. They have a bunch of content there. Make sure to follow me either here or on YouTube, Eye on the Ball 37, where you get tons of Bronco content like this. As always, leave me something here so that we can talk some football in the comments. Keep your eye on the ball, and I'll talk to you next time.